everybody. Joseph Robert Camo, the Fantasy Football Council. We are talking about the top 10 wide receivers for Fantasy Football 2021. Big episode here. Before we get into that, guys, couple big announcements. Number one, head on over to fantrax.com/FFC. This is where I host my year-long leagues. Totally customizable. You have power in your hands. Get rid of your old platforms where you hosted year-long fantasy football. Those things are old news. Fantrax.com/FFC is the future. Again, you get to customize your league the way you want it. You want to do in-league polls? You can do that. You want to have 5 tight ends? You can do that. You want tight ends worth more? You can do that. You want super flex, 2 quarterback league? You can do everything that you want to do. Fantrax.com/FFC. Go right now. Change your league. You can convert it over. Fantrax lets you do that. Bring your leagues over from other platforms and you can have a better experience. Fantrax.com/FFC. Secondly, guys, get the 16-round draft solution. We are full flow fantasy football season. Get it, guys. Link below. You know what 16 rounds is. If you don't, click on the link below or head on over to thefantasyfootballcouncil.com or just Google 16-round draft solution. Watch the video. It is the game changer. You will never go back to DraftKings cheat sheets and magazines ever again because they're dead and outdated, okay? And finally, guys, Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Get yourself a trimmer. 20% off by using promo code SHOWERLION. Amazing products, amazing trimmers. You get to be groomed. You get to be fresh. I use it, although I do need a face shave today. I didn't groom today. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go do it after this. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Navigational light. Skin safe technology. Will not cut you when shaving. Look, I'm pretty aggressive here. Don't do this. But I'm going pretty aggressive and I'm not getting any cuts. See that, guys? I'm pressing really, really hard. So there's a skin safe technology where you are safe. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Get yourself a trimmer. All right. Top 10 wide receivers. Smash a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Love to get some feedback. The thumbs up really help the channel. I know it takes 2 seconds of your time, but I implore you guys. Now I've got hair all over this table here from shaving my arm. If you guys are in the car, make sure you go to YouTube. You can watch a shaving session here. So listen, smash thumbs up. It only takes 2 seconds of your time, and it really helps the channel. So please hit that smash the thumbs up button. Really helps, okay? And comment below. Let's make this interactive. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Top 10 wide receivers. I don't really want to do this list because I don't believe in lists so much, right? Because here's the deal. Let's talk about fantasy football wide receivers. You can wait. You can wait on wide receiver. You don't have to get these top 10 guys. There's tons of wide receivers, tons of sleepers. Michael Pittman, DJ Chark, Cortland Sutton. There's Judy. There's Robbie Anderson. There's a bunch of guys you can get later. So many more. So many rookies. Waddell, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith. If you stash a couple of these guys, some of these guys could go off, okay? Who's the other guy? Moore from the Jets. Elijah Moore. Guys, listen. Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Detroit Lions. There's so many rookies if you stash and get a couple good ones. Diontae Johnson value. There's so many good guys that are immense value this year. You want to go robust RB, secure that position so that you guys are locked and loaded and secured at running back. Then you look at wide receivers. I am doing this as a courtesy. I'm doing this because people like to look up top 10 running backs, wide receivers. They enjoy the content. I'm going to do it. Am I happy doing it? No. Is this going to be 100% accurate? No, because the consensus don't get it accurate. Last year, Michael Thomas. Okay, Michael Thomas, they said, draft him first overall, draft him top 5 pick, draft him first overall amongst wide receivers that was. Draft him, first 4 or 5 picks. Make sure you get Michael Thomas on your roster. They implored you. Where's Michael Thomas now? He's still in the top 10, but he's like 7th, 8th on the consensus rankings. I don't even know where he is. I'm not even looking at the consensus anymore because they're total BS. But Michael Thomas this year is great value in the 3rd round, okay? So you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. Do I like Michael Thomas? Yes, 3rd round. But anyway, listen, we're just going to go through this top 10 list. I'm going to go through it. But I'm telling you, this is going to change. This is going to be different. With wide receivers, it's extremely volatile. There's some uncertainty, and there's so many guys that could emerge up and into the top 10 this year, and it's going to push some of these guys down. Like Cooper Kupp, great value. This guy could easily finish in the top 10. Do I have him in my top 10 here? No, but he could be. Yes, Cooper Kupp could actually finish top 10. And the rankings are completely out of whack. They've got DJ Moore ahead of Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson is the one on the team. They've got, who else is there? They've got Robert Woods ahead of Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's the one on the team. They've got so many other situations. Justin Jefferson over Thielen. Thielen was a 2nd round pick last year. Are you kidding me right now? I like Thielen in the 5th, 6th round over Justin Jefferson. He's a top 4 or 5 guy this year on the consensus rankings. Why? Because the consensus ride the hot train. Now, I paid 8th round pick for Justin Jefferson last year. Am I going to pay it this year? No, I'm not. I'm not going to pay Justin Jefferson pick this year. He had a pinnacle season, 1,400 receiving yards. Hopefully he draws the top corner, maybe some double coverage, opening up to the monster that is Adam Thielen in the red zone. So again, guys, this is totally messed up. I'm going to give you a top 10 list. Is it the holy grail? Is it the real deal? I'm not going to be drafting any of these guys, okay? Unless, I see somebody fall to the right round. I get 2 running backs. Michael Thomas is sitting there in the 4th round, maybe, right? So you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. That's why 16 rounds is so powerful, because it's going to help you guys get the optimal players in each round, right? Rankings are dead, okay? But let's just do this for fun. Number 10 here, Justin Jefferson. Listen, let's go into this. Justin Jefferson, had a pinnacle year last year. He will fall off. There's no doubt about it. Justin Jefferson will fall off this year. I have no doubt about it. I mean, he could have it. He could still be rising, but I'm not going to pay the price. I'm not paying the Justin Jefferson price this year. A lot of people will. Why should I? I'm not going to do it. He finished 6th last year in the rankings. What do you have? 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Such a pinnacle year. 125 targets. Adam Thielen, I can get. He finished 10th. So Jefferson finished 6th. Thielen finished 10th. 108 targets to 125 to Jefferson. And then you have 74 receptions for Thielen, 88 receptions for Jefferson. Thielen, obviously, less yards, 925 to 1,400, but 14 touchdowns compared to Justin Jefferson's 7 touchdowns. So you got to look at it and be like, okay, I can get Thielen later, right? But anyway, top 10, I'm putting Jefferson in here. He could fall out. And again, but he could have a high ceiling. And that's why I wait on wide receivers. I can get a ton of wide receivers. Check out my mock drafts. I'm going to be doing a mock draft tonight here on Fantrax. I've also done a couple other mock drafts. Go back. Okay. I talked about my 16 rounds. There is so many wide receivers, guys. So many guys that you get value at. Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp, Diontae Johnson, Chase Claypool, Michael Pitt. I could sit here all day just going off on this stuff, okay? So I got to put Justin Jefferson in here at top 10. He finished top 10 last year. I got him lower than the Kid Sheep's rankings because, again, I liked him in the 8th round last year. If you got 16 rounds, you got Justin Jefferson. They were calling him a waiver wire wonder when the counselor told you to draft him because there was 150 freed up void targets there with Diggs gone. I was all over Jefferson last year. Am I going to pay a 2nd or 3rd round pick? Nope, not going to do it this year. Not going to do it. You got to think, guys. You got to think outside the box. You got to be sharp. You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them, right? All right, so Jefferson at number 10. Number 9, got DK Metcalf here. One thing I don't like about DK Metcalf is his targets. Only 129 last year. 10 touchdowns, good. 1,300 yards, good. Finished 7th last year. DK Metcalf, I got to put him in the top 10 based on ceiling. I mean, it's a coin flip with him and Lockett as well. Lockett finishing 8th last year. Both good seasons. Both over 1,000 yards. Both 10 touchdowns. Something to note here. But here's the deal. Their ceiling is high with him. That's what I like about him. And one thing that bothered me was the fact that they were flirting with guys. They wanted to bring in other wide receivers, that type of thing. Russell Wilson's always trying to get other wide receivers on that roster to help the team. But again, Metcalf, as long as it stays the way that it is, he's going to be top 10. But his targets have to go up, right? 129 targets. Lockett had 132. I got to put him top 10 based on ceiling, upside, youth, and just a power back. And not even a power back, but a power wide receiver. Strong guy, runs really fast, can get in the open field, make some nice catches, have some good runs, okay? DK Metcalf. Coming at number 8. Now, here's the thing with this guy, number 8, Keenan Allen. I have some question marks about this guy, okay? He finished, I think, 12th last year in fantasy points, 147 targets. Targets are a beautiful thing. The thing with Keenan Allen is he is getting into the sunset part of his career. Been around since 2013. And then obviously had a good year last year, right? But he has shown signs of injuries. Back in 2015, 8 games, 2016, 1 game. Then he had a consistent 16 games for 3 years and then 14 last year. Again, sunset years here. We're talking about a guy who is in a great situation. I mean, I love Justin Herbert this year. Love the opportunity. As long as he stays healthy and consistent, Keenan Allen is a top 10 guy. But then you've got the question mark, is he getting older? I like the value of Josh Palmer, the rookie they brought in. Mike Williams can't stay healthy. Keenan Allen is still the guy. Theoretically, if he stays healthy, stays strong, continues to connect with Herbert, just easily top 10. But again, there's always this thing in the back of my mind with Keenan Allen. He has had those years where he was injured, and then again, you're dealing with a guy who's kind of getting older. I kind of like those young wide receivers more or less. But either way, Keenan Allen, safe, reliable, strong. This is probably going to be his last good year, maybe 1 or 2 more years max. But I got him in the top 10, number 8. Coming at number 7, Chiefs do not have this guy in the top 10, but he could easily finish the top 10, is Diontae Johnson. Now, Diontae Johnson had a decent year last year. Number 1, 144 targets, 7 touchdowns, 221 PPR fantasy points, right? Finished 21st. Now, this guy could easily crack the top 10. Now, the big question mark here is, and the reason he may not crack the top 10 is because there's a lot of targets there with the Steelers. So what I'm trying to say is I've got him in the top 10, but he could easily fall out of it, and I get him for value in the 4th round, 3rd or 4th or 5th round, okay? So, this is why I don't like rankings. So I'm telling you, he could finish in the top 10, but, the problem is he's actually good value. You get him for later, but the problem is the committee there, okay? You got Claypool, you got Juju, you got, the rookie there, Najee Harris, who I absolutely love. But here's the deal. If I go back a couple years, Antonio Brown and Juju were both top 10 wide receivers. Big Ben throws the ball a lot. And I think because of they actually got a true running back again with Najee, it's going to open things up for Diontae Johnson. He's got top 10 potential, right? But again, you get him for value. So this is why I hate top 10. This guy could finish top 10, but he doesn't have to be in my top 10, because if you're based on ADP where you're drafting, he could actually be in the 3rd or 4th round. So maybe 5th round. So Diontae Johnson, I got him at 7 based on opportunity, talent, and Big Ben throws more than any other quarterback next to guys like Matt Ryan. So Diontae Johnson coming at number 7. Number 6, again, I hate doing lists, and I don't like this guy either, but Tyreek Hill, why don't I like him is because he is very touchdown dependent, And I don't mind getting Adam Thielen, who's touchdown dependent, in the 4th, 5th round, but I do have a problem with this guy being drafted at the end of the 1st round, Tyreek Hill, who is very touchdown dependent and very volatile. Now, last year, 1,276 yards, 15 touchdowns, 135 targets. Not bad. But again, you're dealing with a guy who's very volatile game in, game out. Like if you look at week 13, 8 points. If you look at week 16, 6.5 points. This is going last year. If you look at week 7, 2.5 points. Now, sorry, that's standard. I'm going to pull up PPR. So, but yeah, week 6 last year, 5.5 points, right? 10.5 in week 16. So he's had a couple down games. And then he's got week 12. He's got 57 points, right? But he's solid. He's consistent. Every game actually pretty good, minus those 2 I mentioned. A couple 16-pointers, a 15-pointer game, 14-pointer game. But listen, he is safe and solid. But again, you're investing super early draft capital in him. And I don't like that. And he's pretty volatile, very touchdown dependent. Is he going to have 15 touchdowns again this season? I don't know. Maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets involved more, right? Mecole Hardman gets involved more. I like Mecole Hardman as a huge sleeper this year. He's the number 2. Watkins, all these guys are shipped off. So Tyreek Hill, I got to put him in the top 10. I got him at number 6, assuming there's going to be a bit of a decline. Coming at number 5, I've actually got him ahead of Tyreek Hill. And this is a guy in 2019 everybody was riding, and I like his value this year. I got him at number 5, Michael Thomas, simply because he's coming back, should be healthy. They got Jameis Winston throwing the ball. They're going to integrate Taysom Hill quite a bit, too much for my liking for that matter. But Michael Thomas, based on volume, nobody else being there, Winston has made good wide receivers fantasy relevant, right? Godwin, Evans, all these guys he's thrown to in the past. Michael Thomas, who else are they going to throw to? Michael Thomas has to get the ball. I like him. Better value. You can get this guy anywhere between 3rd and 5th round, depending on your league, depending on who's sleeping on him, depending on how many people are in your league. Michael Thomas. Talk about a guy who's good, talent-wise, and then obviously the volume is going to be there for him. So Michael Thomas, number 5. Number 4, I got him coming down a bit. This guy could be a complete bust this year because, again, we have seen injuries before, but Davonte Adams. Listen, he finished on top last year. And everybody's got him on top this year, okay? He's like a 1B, he's like a 1-2, right, with him and Tyreek Hill, depending on which list or magazine you get. You shouldn't be getting any of them anyway. Magazines are looking at the consensus rankings. Just get 16 rounds. But, Davonte Adams, you're going to have to pay mid to late first round pick on him. Again, coming off a pinnacle year, 18 touchdowns. Is he going to duplicate that? I'm going to say hell to the no, hell no. Never going to repeat that again. 18 touchdowns is ludicrous. It's not going to happen. 1,374 yards, very repeatable. But you're looking at a guy coming off a Cinderella picture-perfect season with an MVP season for Aaron Rodgers. It's not going to happen again. Aaron Rodgers isn't even sure he's going to play at the time of this recording. I'm sure he's going to play, but I don't trust it. And if Love comes in, you can forget about it. I'm not spending a first-round pick on Davonte Adams, okay? Just not going to do it. Give me Alan Lazard in the last pick for free, the wide receiver too, instead of spending a first-round pick on Adams. Forget it. Next guy here, number 3, Calvin Ridley, and I'm doing this simply because Julio's gone. Now, you could say that he's going to draw a lot of double coverage. His numbers could go down, but I think his volume goes up. They've got Russell Gage who's going to be there, but they've also got Kyle Pitts who's going to be distracting the defenses as well. But you're going to see a lot of volume go towards Calvin Ridley's way. 143 targets last year, 9 touchdowns, 1,374 yards. Based on opportunity, volume, and the fact that Matt Ryan throws more than any other quarterback in the league, Calvin Ridley's got to be top 3. Is he going to bust? Potentially, right? This is why I don't invest in wide receivers early. I want to secure those running backs. Now, you can say, well, Joe, running backs bust early and get hurt. Yes, they do. That's why you got to get a lot of running backs early with minimal committees. You want to guarantee and secure the volume getters, and you want to secure that position because it gets very scarce after the 3rd round. After the 3rd round, I can get eight solid wide receivers. After the 3rd round in running backs, it's a crapshoot. You're looking at guys that could boom, guys like Javonte Williams, guys like Michael Carter that could boom, that are in a good position to succeed, but they're a big question mark and there's some uncertainty. So Calvin Ridley kind of number 3. Coming in number 2, got to go with DeAndre Hopkins, as safe as it gets at wide receiver. If I was forced to get a wide receiver in the 1st round, it's got to be DeAndre Hopkins. 160 targets last year, 6 touchdowns, 1,407 yards. Hopkins is a guy that gets it done no matter what quarterback's going to him, and durability is always great. Knock on wood, DeAndre Hopkins, always great, always solid, always showing up, always putting it out. And yes, he's getting into the sunset part of his years. He's been a wide receiver since 2013, believe it or not. Still relatively young. How old is he? 29. So he's got a good 3 to 5 years left in him for prime years. But again, you're investing an early pick on a guy that's safe and solid, but I'm going running back early anyway. So number 2, Hopkins, and number 1, I'm going Stefon Diggs. I just think he's the best wide receiver in the league right now. I've seen videos on him. He's intense. He's crazy, like training videos. This guy's a monster. He wants to win. They've actually got a team there in Buffalo that actually can win with Josh Allen, the offensive weapons. Mind you, they need help at the running back position. But Stefon Diggs, man, what I really love about him, obviously, is the work ethic. Number 2 is the targets, 166 targets. Another thing I like is the receiving yards, 1,535 yards, 8 touchdowns. And I don't think he's hit his peak. If they're looking at ceiling at wide receiver in the 1st round, it's got to be Stefon Diggs. Barring any type of injury, he is the man. That's why he's my clear-cut number 1. Am I going to draft him? Probably not yet again. Unless I'm in a league where I magically know that I can get 2 ace running backs in rounds 2 and 3, which is very highly unlikely. If I go Stefon Diggs, come back around, get Najee Harris, and maybe Montgomery or Jacobs falls in the 3rd. Again, those guys are a little suspect as well, but they could be top 10 easily, Jacobs and Montgomery. I mean, that could be kind of a scenario if I'm going Diggs, but, there's so many other wide receivers that could emerge that I'm just going to fade wide receivers round 1, okay? There you have it, guys. Justin Jefferson, which I think might fall out. DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Diontae Johnson, Tyreek Hill, Michael Thomas, Davonte Adams, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, and Stefon Diggs. Those are your top 10 wide receivers, but you can wait on wide receiver, guys. Don't do it. Go robust RB, but make sure it's the right robust RB. And how do you find that out? Get the 16-round draft. So you should avoid the pitfalls of last year, guys. Odell Beckham in the 3rd round last year. In the 1st round, years before, where they told you, draft him in the 1st round 3 years in a row. Not to mention, guys, so many other busts like Michael Thomas last year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kenyon Drake, Austin Eckler, Lamar Jackson. I could fall asleep telling you how bad the Chiefs were last year. Avoid that, guys. Get the 16-round draft. So link below and go to manscaped.com. Use promo code Showerline. Get your trimmer, guys. Start trimming. You guys are going to feel really good and really fresh. Subscribe. Thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We are changing the game here, and we'll talk soon. I appreciate everybody. You mean the world to me. I'm out.